Hello. It is Dr. Chris Raquel. I am back again with a video for today. I hope you all are doing amazingly. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also send me an email at askkrystalracquel@gmail.com if you have any questions that you would like to see me answer on video. Please also put comments down below and let me know what type of content you are interested in seeing from me. So I have a topic for today, and I think it's an important topic. It's related to being happy for others and finding joy in the success of others. I think this is such an important topic because in order for God to be able to bless you, a lot of times he'll put different scenarios in front of you. He may test you in certain ways. So let's say you're really hoping for something. You're really hoping for God to bring change in your life in a certain area, whether it's for you to meet someone or whether it's for you to have a child. If you've been really hoping and praying, let's say you've been married for 5 years and you're praying for a baby, it may be in your work, it may be in school. So God may bring different tests before you to see how you react. And then when he feels you're ready, that may be the time when he opens the door for you. So let's say you have been really wanting a child and you've been married. It could have been 5 years and you've just been praying to God for a baby and for a child. And God can definitely help someone with that if a woman isn't having a child or if her womb hasn't been open to have a child yet, or there may be something going on with her husband in that regard. And then let's say someone that she knows, it could be at work, it could be in her family, it could be in her friend circle, becomes pregnant. Let's say that person isn't married. Let's say they have a boyfriend and now this person's pregnant and they weren't really even trying to get pregnant, but now this person is pregnant and having a child. And maybe at that point, that woman who has now become pregnant is kind of like, well, this wasn't what I expected, but I'm gonna move forward and raise my child. Or let's say she even is married. Let's say she just got married perhaps and she becomes pregnant and they weren't trying. They were really hoping to have a child like a couple years later. And God may be watching the person who has been really wanting a child for 5 years or 6 years. He's going to watch how you react to that. Are you going to be joyful for that person who now became pregnant within their marriage, or are you going to be upset and hold a grudge and start talking to God like, oh, they just got married, why is she married, or why did she just got married yesterday, how did she get pregnant that same month, I've been trying to get pregnant. Like, God is going to look at your attitude. And then another scenario could be, let's say you're someone who you really wanted to go to school when you were younger. You wanted to enter in, let's say you dropped out of high school or something like that, and you went back, you got your GED, and you wanted to go to college, but you weren't able to because of something with financial aid. You didn't have the money. And then years went on, 5-10 years later, and you never went back. It's not that you didn't want to, but you never really saw the purpose because you were already working. You wanted to move forward in your job, right? You wanted to continue to receive elevated roles in whatever job you initially took after high school. You've been doing well there. Then let's say you meet somebody, and let's say you're in your 30s now. Somebody starts working at your job. They maybe just finished college, and then they've been promoted quickly to a role that's close to yours. God is going to watch how you react to that. Maybe God wants to elevate you to an even higher role in your company, but now because someone went to school, they graduated, and because of whatever education they received, you don't know their relationship, but if they have a relationship with God, let's say they have a great relationship with God, they graduated college and they were able to get promoted to a role just under you, and now you're trying to cause problems for that person. Like, oh, they're not ready. How do they get that role? All these things. You don't know that maybe God is testing you. It's going to see how you're going to treat that person. It's going to see if you're going to mentor that person. And who knows, maybe God has another role for you. He wants you to go even higher. He wants you to be able to show other people, okay, you didn't go to college, but you have all the skills necessary to be in that next role. And he wants to be able to use that for his glory. But because you now see this person who came from college and was elevated, and now you're looking at them like, well, how did this person do this? They don't deserve this just because they went to school. They think they're better than me. When in the back of your mind, you know, had you had the opportunity, had things worked differently for you, you would have gone to school, right? But God can still use you, doesn't matter. So God may be watching you now. Look at this person. I brought this young person who finished college to be in this role under them because I want that person to be mentored. I want that person to continue to grow because this person here has been elevated so high over the past 5-10 years, and I want him or her to mentor this new person. And then after that mentorship, I'm going to elevate him or her. But the God can't do that right now. If you start, messing with this person, saying bad things about them, giving them bad reviews, you have to be able to be happy for others because someone's success has nothing to do with you. So I gave a scenario about, work, and I also gave a scenario about potentially having a baby. But there's also another one that comes to mind with marriage, right? So there's some times where people want something, somebody wants to be married, and then they see somebody who is potentially getting married, and now they start trying to do things to bother the person. They start trying to cause issues. There's been scenarios where young ladies, let's say they have a couple individuals that are supposed to be helping them, right, plan their wedding. And I've seen this online a lot. And then the ladies will come on saying, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like I had this person that's supposed to be helping me with my wedding, but they haven't responded to me. They don't speak to me anymore. And now she's saying that the lady who's supposed to be my bridesmaid, now she's saying that, oh, because I wasn't able to go to her birthday party, and this is the first time I'm ever not going to one of her birthday parties in 10 years. Now she's saying that she's not going to be able to stand with me at my wedding. I'm so confused. Okay, like somebody who has wisdom can see, all right, this person is causing problems because you're getting married. So my first question is always, is that person married, or is that person in a relationship? If not, okay, let's look at what else may be going on. But God puts you in certain circumstances to see what you're going to do, see how you're going to react. Are you going to be somebody who's going to be happy for the other person or not? Because once again, someone else's success, someone else's happiness has nothing to do with your own. And there needs to be people need to take responsibility, right? So if there's people in your lives, if things are happening good for them, there's no reason for you to be upset. That has nothing to do with you. That shouldn't be you looking in the mirror at yourself now being like, oh, this person has this, I don't. No, someone else's life has nothing to do with yours, right? You need to focus on yourself, focus on what God is doing in your life. And then from there, God can bless you even more. Keep those things in mind, so that way God will continue to use you, because once you start getting bitter, jealous, prideful towards other people, it's going to be really difficult for God to be able to continue to bless you and be able to use you. But when you show joy, peace, happiness when someone else is succeeding, then God can use that opportunity to bless you next. Have a blessed day. Let me know what you think down below.